Hey there! Today I'm going to talk about two passions of mine, traveling and reading. I travel a lot. I go on 3 or 4 international trips a year plus domestic trips. So I have a lot of tips for making the most out of those long flights, long car trips, train rides, and so on. First of all, don't take anything too serious. The last thing you want to do is burst into tears when you're on a plane. When I was in Mumbai to report on poverty and health, I started reading Katharine Boo's Behind the Beautiful Forevers. It's a fantastic book, and I'm so glad I read it, but reading it in Mumbai was not the best idea because I was reporting on those topics all day during the day, and then I would come home and read about it at night, and so it actually made me feel kind of depressed. So after that, I decided it was okay to read fun books, even when I'm reporting on serious things when I'm traveling. Even when I'm just on vacation. You know, that's why they're called beach reads and vacation reads. On a similar note, it's really important to choose books that aren't, first of all, going to make you homesick. So while I love reading romance, I actually prefer to read that at home because it makes me think about Jack. I'll often choose young adult, memoir, anything with narrative, anything with a really great meaty story, thriller, suspense. It's going to pull me in as long as, again, it's not too serious and it's not going to make me worried about something. On the other hand, it can be really nice to choose books that contribute to your knowledge of a place. I read this in Cutting for Stone in Ethiopia, and it was absolutely fantastic. It deepened my understanding of Ethiopia and the topics that we were covering. It made me think about the country and about Ethiopians and just sort of the way people receive care in a different way. And so if the subject isn't too heavy, reading a book about the place can be very, very informative. And of course, I highly recommend bringing paperbacks. Not only are they light, but you are also not required to shut them off during takeoff and landing. I reserve hardcovers for extreme situations. If I absolutely need to read a book, typically I pack that in my carry-on, and I tend to take that with me for the shorter trips that aren't planes to give the old shoulder strap a break. And of course, I also have my e-reader and my phone with me if I want to read ebooks or listen to e-audiobooks. And this might seem like a no-brainer, but read books that you're going to enjoy. I often find myself contemplating serious books that I know will be good, kind of like my broccoli of reading, but you know, they're really hard to start and to maintain on long flights when you're really bored. You might just rather nap. So I pick books that I know are going to be fun, that are going to be compelling, that maybe are a little bit guilty pleasure reads, although I'm not crazy about that term. I think of my travel time as the time to do anything I want. Just take it easy on yourself and enjoy yourself. So I think that's it for me. If you have any tips on how to read or what to read while traveling, please chime in the comments. And if you have any tips for reducing wrist strain while reading for several hours on a tiny little airplane seat, I'd love to hear it. Thanks, and have a good one.